Just chit-chatting over here because you know why Jason Isaacs isn't an actor you normally associate with huge laughs, right?
Well, some people find my dramatic acting hilarious.
No, but you've played some memorable characters. Look at that. You do horrible things in movies like The Patriot. You kill Heath Ledger in that one.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter series, you know, Malfoy. You
don't kill anyone. I try and kill. Well, Dobby dies, and I'm quite happy about it. So there you go.
You seem so joyous about that. Well, now he's going for a lot of laughs in the new comedy. Get this. The Death of Stalin. Here he is in action. Check it out.
I need your help.
To do what? His body's piling up in the street. A bit late, isn't it?
Well, what if we blame this on someone
Wait.
who's out of control?
Nicky, be very careful what you say next. Who?
Beria.
I'm going to have to report this conversation. Threatening to do harm or obstruct any member of the Presidium in the process of looking at your face. Nikita Khrushchev, you got to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Sorry, you busy washing your hair or what?
Okay, we got to set this up for people because just showing that clip does not do it justice.
No idea what's going on.
No, I watched it last night, so please just give us a little recap of what the movie is about.
Oh my God, that's the whole thing. There was a man called Stalin.
Stalin dies of a heart attack.
It's all about the scrabble for power in the absence of this crazy dictator who has so dominated everyone that everyone's lost their moral compass, and the only people who are left are terrified that they're either going to die or take charge, and they all need the backing of me because I run the Red Army. I'm Field Marshal Zhukov, who considered that he won the whole Second World War single-handed, which is why he wore 10,000 medals. More than I could fit, actually.
Well, I was going to say, the medals were, Zhukov had more medals, and he sort of thought he single-handedly ended World War II.
I got them to build the chest up so you could fit more medals on, and they just kept on stuffing it and stuff until I ended up full kind of Pamela Anderson arrangement. And then my arms were like noodles, so we padded the arms as well. And I would strap on this Mr. Incredible upper body and move onto the set and just grab people by their privates and abuse them.
I just said by their nards, but I don't know if we can say that
I
on
don't know
television.
what you can say on television nowadays.
But the whole premise is Stalin dies, his board, his committee of people, Khrushchev and all these people, they're all jockeying for power, but it's a slapstick comedy, and these things really happen.
That's the thing about it. When Armando Iannucci, he's the guy who wrote and created Veep, when he got it's based on a graphic novel, and it was hilarious, but he assumed it was all just made up. And then it turns out that everything that happens in the film happens. Sometimes it happened more so. He had to scale it back because you just wouldn't believe it. But there are insane, surreal things, which I don't want to spoil for the audience. You saw them last night. They all happen. So, for instance...
Give me an example.
So Stalin's son lost the national ice hockey team. He made them take off in a storm. They all died, but he didn't want to get in trouble or embarrassed, so he just covered it up, killed everybody who was left who knew, and then brought in a bunch of ringers who didn't know which end of a stick to hold, and pretended they were the ice hockey team for quite a while.
Well, that scene's hilarious. He goes on the ice and is screaming at them to learn ice, and then he thinks he's being detained, but to go, you know, being told that the team has died, but it's just to tell him his father who died.
It's what happens around the cult of strong personalities like that is everybody else loses their compass and mad things happen. The other one of many things, but he lay, having had a stroke, in a puddle of his own body juices for a day and a half while they had committee meetings around his body because they didn't want to get one of the bad doctors to treat him because he'd killed all the good doctors in case he came back to life and said, why did you get a bad doctor, and killed them. And then someone pointed out, but if he came back to life, it wouldn't be a bad doctor. They went, but then it would be a good doctor. Then he'd kill us for having a good doctor left. And so he lay there and died.
I mean, the thing is, you know, when you watch this movie, you feel like it's improvised. You feel like all these things, because you're like, how can they come up, like Jeffrey Tambor and, you know, and Steve Buscemi.
And Michael Palin. It's wall-to-wall comedy gods.
How could you come up with this stuff? But it was scripted.
I wish we could take credit for making up those lines, but Armando, who wrote Veep and many other things in Britain for a long time, has a little team around him who come up with some of the most creatively obscene and disgusting insults you've ever heard in your life, and it's hard to come up with those off the top of your head. There are moments, actually, oddly, the clip you just showed, where I faked Steve out in the middle of the speech, that was a bit that I came up with. But I think it's the only bit in the film, so thank you for showing it.
Your improvisational kind of skills are on point. Now, there's one thing about this movie, and this is very timely, even though it was filmed in 2016, it's been banned from Russia.
Well, it was given a license to be shown. They did the press screenings there, and
but because of your character specifically.
That's true. So this film is getting spontaneous applause at every cinema it's screening at the moment. But in Russia, it got standing ovations from the journalists. And it was the day before it was about to be broadcast, some lowly minister in the culture department suddenly probably panicked that Putin was going to find out he'd licensed it and pulled the license. One of the cinemas couldn't believe it. They showed it anyway and the police raided it. But what they've done is made it the most popular underground film in Russia. And at least everyone who's young has seen it there illegally already now. But there's a great tweet of a guy standing underneath Putin's office in the Red Square watching it on his laptop.
It's kind of like a
They do.
you-know-what to the administration.
Well, you're right. They pointed me out. They said, in particular, portrayal of Marshal Zhukov is an insult to a great war hero. And like any typical actor, I thought, oh, I got mentioned in the review. And then I realized that's probably not such a good thing.
Okay, here's the deal. People go see this. It's wildly funny, but insanely accurate. And it's just, you never knew this about Stalin.
Oh, well, it's about Stalin then, but it's about politics now everywhere. Let's not fool ourselves,
All right, go see it. The Death of Stalin is playing now. Phenomenal performance.
Thank you very
I wish
much.
you brought me a medal.